Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yashala, Koholoimla, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakahakodash, double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. And just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Yahchanan Nawaf. Just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And this is an article in the Hill, and it says nearly half worldwide hold anti-Semitic views. Right? You can see they have the definition of anti-Semitic right there. Can't see it all the way, but we can get into it. But let's read some of the article and see what's going on here. Because see, these people are losing the narrative. That's really what's happening. They're losing the narrative. No one believes that they are who they have been saying they are no more like that. The internet, TikTok, of course, you know what I'm saying. One of the reasons I really believe they want to take it down is, all these platforms are exposing these people as not being the actual children of Israel. It's too much information out here. We know that they're not from our end, but it's just a lot of people are starting to see like all the shit that they've done in that war over there in Gaza. These Americans are most definitely tired of them, because they feeling like their tax money is being sent to a people that don't give a fuck about them, which they don't. But anyway, nearly half of people worldwide hold anti-Semitic views according to a new survey. So who done the survey? It says the Global 100 survey released in coordination with Ipsos. I'm not sure if that's an acronym for something. On Tuesday found that 46% of the world's adult population have anti-Semitic attitudes, with the highest levels recorded in the West Bank, Gaza, and Kuwait. So of course over there, because y'all been fucking on people around for so long. Sweden had the lowest level of anti-Semitism, followed closely by Norway, Canada, and the Netherlands. Anti-Semitic tropes and beliefs are becoming alarmingly normalized across societies worldwide. Well, man, shit, hey, look, so-called blacks been going through this shit for hundreds of years. So, and you're not going through shit like how we're going through. Like, straight up. You're not going to sit and tell me that what you're going through is worse than what the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans have been going through. Fuck out of here. But see, they control the media, and this is what they do. As a matter of fact, I just done a lesson not long ago. It was about a week back, where they was talking about they had like some type of bill or they have a fund where they was going to put, I forgot how much it was. I think it was like $150 million extra dollars in a fund that they already had to actually put into commercials and put into media and to actually try and make it seem as if they're, this righteous people again, because they've lost the narrative. With all these protests that went on here in the Americas at these universities, all these different people marching and free Palestine, all that bullshit, and then all this news of you seeing all those children and women being bombed, this shit. So it kind of tarnished their image quite a bit. So they've been trying, and this might be one of those hookups where they've been putting money into trying to revitalize their image, right? Okay, but it says the dangerous trend is not just a threat to Jewish communities, it's a warning to us all. Even in countries with the lowest levels of anti-Semitic attitudes globally, we've seen many anti-Semitic incidents perpetrated by an emboldened, small, vocal, and violent minority. Marina Rosenberg, ADL Senior Vice President for International Affairs, said in a statement, "This is a wake-up call for collective action, and we are committed to continuing our work with our partners around the world to confront and mitigate this deeply ingrained anti-Semitism." And see, these people are deep off into government. They're into they run on a lot of shit, man. They run America. I know that. If you'd be surprised at how many of these people that actually have these positions in in the White House, and they're lawyers, they're congressmen all over America. They, they lobbying all over the place. So they're in control of the place. I mean, it's no doubt about that. So, when Kanye was saying what he was saying, you clearly see how quick they shut that nigga down. So they only prove what he was saying. They just, it says, additionally, 20% of survey takers worldwide said they had not heard about the Holocaust. They acting as if everybody is supposed to hear about the Holocaust. You should know. You know what I'm saying? As if, like all the other shit that's going on in the world. No, we don't give a fuck about that. You should most definitely know about what happened to us. But when it comes to what so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, they like, oh, that was the past. Get over it. Keep that shit moving. We don't want to hear it. we giving you Black History Month. Niggas deal with that. We gave you Juneteenth, then we. But it says, additionally, 20% of the survey takers worldwide said they had not heard about the Holocaust, according to the ADL, while 48% recognized the Holocaust's historical accuracy. 16% of respondents in the Middle East and North Africa recognized the historical accuracy of the Holocaust, as do 23% of the sub-Saharan Africa, the survey found. So why are you doing all these surveys everywhere? Why is this so important? Surveys that you could be doing on anything. A survey must be done in all these continents. Come on, bro. It says it's clear that we need new government. See, here we go. We need new government interventions, which we know that these people gonna come down real hard soon. More education, right? Additional safeguards on social media, and new security protocols to prevent anti-Semitic hate crimes. Jonathan A. Greenblatt, ADL CEO, said. So they about to put into law some real shit, man, if you say anything about these people. The fight requires a whole of society approach, including government, civil societies, and individuals, and now is the time to act. The survey of 1,000 had margins of error between 3.2 and 4.4%. Well, I ain't heard about the survey. I don't give a shit about the survey, right? But I got this pulled up too, because I went that was something that I seen earlier. Somebody left a comment in my comment board, and they were basically saying that these Jews are not white people, which they are. They're the same race as the regular fucking person here in a trailer park in Tennessee drinking whiskey. They're the same so-called white people. They're all the same people. They're Edomites. Let's get 2 Corinthians 2 and 10 or 11. What is it? 11? Yeah, 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. See, we're not ignorant of the fact that, like I said, when I seen that article on them, putting into a fund where they was gonna, gathering all this money up to basically rebrand their image, because the world looking at them like they pieces of shit right now. So, and we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. This may just be one of those particular avenues. And they said that they was going to use a lot of different media spots and billboards and social media hookups. I remember reading it. And we're not ignorant of the fact that this is probably more than likely one of those hookups where they're trying to grasp back the hearts of the people. But that shit is not going to work, because people are not with it no more. People are struggling. People are tired of their money, their tax money going to places like that, man, especially for wars. If you were to get these people together in America, and they really voted in, do you want war? It'll be 98% probably more than likely gonna say, hell no, stop that shit, leave our money here and handle what needs to be handled here. You sending all this money to fucking Ukraine, you sending all this money to all these different places. No, set us up. The people are struggling, man. People can barely afford gas. They can barely afford rent. They can barely, afford groceries. But yet they go and work 2-3 jobs, and taxes is being taken out of their checks that they can actually keep to help themselves, and it's being sent to these fucking leechers. Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he know that he had but a short time. So they know that they have but a short time, and they can see that they're losing that information war. So they're going to ramp up, man. They already set laws into place where if certain things are said, then they can come swoop you up, man. Let me get this one too. I know this one right here is we qualify this one. Apostle will always tell us to qualify. Revelations 2:9 and Revelations 3:9. Revelations 2:9, and this is talking about Israelites from back in the days, but this actually it can fit these people. It says, I know thy works and tribulations and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. See, and of course they don't, and it's crazy. These Christians fight hard for these people, and even they're losing a lot of Christians' faith too, right? But these people don't believe in your Jesus, man. They don't believe in your white Jesus. Revelations 3:9, behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. Right? So also, I pulled this up too, because this person, like I said, they left a comment in my comment board saying that these people weren't considered to be so-called white people, and they are. These are all Edomites. They're not Israelites, man. They don't come from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They come from Abraham, Isaac, and Esau. It says as of I googled it, as of 2013, 94% of U.S. Jews identified as white. However, Jewish racial identity has changed many times in the U.S. history, and it has. I read through this as well, Let me see. We can probably grab a few of the... Here you go with Dr. King. Judaism, case study, minority in America. The racial identity of U.S. Jews. See, if this man right here that you see standing with Martin Luther King here, if he wanted to just be a cowboy, he could put on a cowboy hat, get some cowboy boots, get one of them big ass buckles, big ass belt buckles, and he can live on a ranch, and he would be considered to be a white man that own cattle. He can blend right in with them people. So how is it that he's supposedly not so-called Caucasian like they are? It's all witchcraft, man, and sorcery. It says, for many Jews, America has been a land of both opportunity and persecution. This ambiguity is reflected in Jewish racial identity. On average, Jews are better educated and more wealthy than other Americans. Of course they are. Yeah, because they running shit. And there are more Jewish members of Congress than their share of the population. See? Here you go. You supposedly be 2% of the entire global population, but it's more of you in Congress than any other. Come on, bro. This right here lets you know. However, FBI reports show that Jews have been attacked in hate crimes more than any other U.S. religious group. This ambiguity, Slakia, is reflected in Jewish racial identity. Race is a social construct. It is, because we all have a biblical nationality, and these people are biblically Edomites. It says it is a powerful idea created by humans, not biological fact. And what humans came up with this shit? What humans came up with social construct as far as race and calling people colors and shit? The so-called white people. And we say so-called white because they're not white. They're actually pinkish to reddish in color, man. It says, as of 2013, 94% of U.S. Jews identified as white. However, Jewish racial identity has changed many times in U.S. history. In the 19th century, America, Jews were generally believed to be a distinct race within a broad category of white people. See? And they done that. They made a distinction that, no, we're not white like you. We're different. And how did they do that? They done that through their media, newspapers, because they own most of the damn media. They come up with these movies. Then they stole the whole identity of being Jews. These people are not going to tell you where the other 11 tribes are. They got the world thinking that it's only one tribe, that it's just Jews. The average person don't even know that Jew just means Judah, one of the sons of our forefather Jacob. That was the fourth son. He had 11 other sons, which were all Israelites. It's the 12 tribes of Israelites, not the 12 tribes of Jews, man. But they have tricked the world, and people don't study. They don't know what's going on. This has been pushed on people for so long, to the point where they, it's just instoned within their minds now that these are really the people. Okay, it says Jews who wanted to maintain their distinct traditions self-described as both racially Jewish and white. This was a common way of viewing race at the time. Immigrants groups like the Germans, the Irish, the Jews were seen as distinct races, but they could still all be seen as white, because that's exactly what they are. That's exactly what they are. They're so-called, they're Edomites, man. Some of these groups, like the Irish, were sometimes grouped with African Americans and struggled to gain inclusion into white society. Now, a lot of those Irish were Israelites, because it's not a skin color thing. And that's why, see, Esau, when he came up with the social construct of white and black, he knew what he was doing. This is not a color thing. Colors are not ethnicities, man. Your ethnicity goes by the seed line of your father. Matter of fact, let's go into that real quick and jump straight to the point. Let's get Numbers chapter 1 and verse 18. And these people know this, man. Numbers 1 and 18, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families. Now, your pedigree is your ancestry, your family tree, your lineage, by the house of their fathers. See, that's how it's determined. The woman has absolutely no determination in the ethnicity of the child. The man carries the seed. The seed is what the dad is. The seed is planted into the woman, which is like ground or earth, soil. She gives it the nutrients that the seed needs. Then comes forth that seed. That seed is exactly what was planted. No different than planting a damn garden outside. No different than planting cucumbers. You plant cucumber seeds, you're going to get cucumbers. You plant watermelons, you're going to get watermelons. You're not going to plant snap peas and get black-eyed peas. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not the way that the Lord created it, man. It says, let me start from the top again on that. Verse 18, Numbers 1 and 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward by their polls. See? And in the NLT it says, and they assembled the whole community of Israel on that very day. All the people were registered according to their ancestry by their clan and families. The men of Israel who were 20 years old and older were listed one by one. See, it says your ancestry, right? So let's see what else we can get out of this. There's more to the article. I don't want to read it all. But let me see, it says the 19th century Jews were largely considered to be just another subgroup in the U.S. majority white population. And mainly because they, pretty much overall what they done was they converted into Judaism. That's exactly what happened. They converted into Judaism. They're not actually the real Israelites. They were forced to follow the laws of the Israelites at the time. And as time went on from generation to generation, it's no different than blacks being in America right now, and all we know is American shit. Because from generation to generation to generation, we've been taught English. We as a people overall celebrate their Christmas, their 4th of July, their, Valentine's Day, the bullshit. We've been Americanized. Just like there was a Hellenization period when we was Hellenized, That's where you get the term neither Jew nor Greek. That word Greek, it goes off to Israelites that were living like Greeks. You see? Well, that's another lesson. But let's put in, let's see. Let's put in when were, I'm just going to put in when were white people Judaized. Let's see what comes up. Judaized. Okay, this one says white people have not been Judaized, but the racial identity of Jewish people in the United States has changed over time In the 19th century, Jewish people were generally considered white, but okay, so they pretty much are same thing that I pretty much about came up with in the last article. Okay, but let's see. Let's put in the Edomites become Judaized. Sometimes you have to kind of reword stuff, man. Here we go right here. Yes, the Edomites were forced to convert to Judaism during the Maccabean period. There you go. Who are the Edomites? The Edomites are, hey, let's get that word Edomite. Let's get Edom. Let's see what that word Edom means. I'm just going to put in Edom. Genesis 25 and 30. See? Genesis 25 and 30, it says, and Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, red, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. In the NLT, it says, Esau said, Jacob, I'm starved. Give me some of that red stew. This is how Esau got his other name, Edom, which means red. See? They fool the people into thinking that they look like a glass of milk, but actually they red, man. You look at some of them right now in this winter weather, and they look like a goddamn candy cane, man. Okay, it says during the Maccabean revolt, Judas Maccabees attacked the Edomites and captured Hebron. John Hyrcanus, who ruled from 134 to 104 BCE, conquered Idumea, and that's a Greek word for Edomites. In the Greek, Idumeans, and forced the Edomites to convert to Judaism. See that? The Edomites were incorporated into Jewish population. So they're not actually Jewish people. They were just conquered and had to keep the rules and regulations of the actual Jews or the actual Israelites of the time. Anticipator, an Idumean convert, became an advisor to Hyrcanus. Anticipator's son, Herod the Great, married into a priestly family and became the king of Judea. Herod built the second temple. And that's where you get Herod in the New Testament, because Herod in the New Testament, he was an Edomite. He wasn't actually he was just king of the Jews. He was a so-called white man at the time that was over so-called black people of the time. So the scriptures is real, man, and the stumbling blocks that this man has placed out here are starting to be uncovered. These people are not the people, and the history is here. See, and this is this AI on y'all ass. They gonna be mad about creating AI just like they were mad about the internet in general, because AI would give it up on you. See, the background. It says the Edomites were descendants of Esau and traditionally enemies of the Israelites. Edom was a territory in southeast Palestine, stretching from the Red Sea to the Dead Sea. The Edomites were a Semitic people who migrated from the Arabian Peninsula to the Fertile Crescent. See? And there's more information on it. Plenty of more information on it. And here's the First Maccabees 5:3-5. Let's see. See, this is why this apocrypha is important too. Okay, First Maccabees 5:3, 5 and 3. It says, then Judas fought against the children of Esau in Idumean, at our time, because they besieged Israel, and he gave them a great overthrow and abated their courage and took their spoils. Also, he remembered the injury of the children of Ben, who had been a snare and an offense unto the people, in that they lay in wait for them in the ways. He shut them up, therefore, in the towers, and encamped against them, and destroyed them utterly, and burnt the towers of that place with fire, and all that were therein. Right? So this battle that went down, these people had no choice but to convert, man. The ones that was left over. It was either convert or die. Okay, so they have it right here. Let's see. Let's put it in right here. Biblical training. Yeah, it's quite a bit on this too. So we're not going to read it all, but it says the Edomites were subject also to Babylon. Under the Persian Empire, Edom became a province called Idumea. The Greek form of Edom in 325 BC, an Arab tribe known as the Nabateans, conquered the eastern part of Edom's territory. In Maccabean times, John Hyrcanus subdued the Idumeans and forced them to accept Judaism. See? When the Romans took over Palestine, the Edomites also were included. From Idumea came Antipater, the father of Herod the Great. He became a procurator of Judea. After the destruction of Jerusalem by the Romans in 70 AD, the Idumeans disappeared from history. Thus, the rather mournful career of the Edomites came to an end. No, it didn't, because they were still ruling. The Romans was the Edomites. So see, this is how Esau gets down. He tries to throw little monkey wrenches in the game to throw you off. What do you mean they just all of a sudden disappeared? America is New Rome. These are the same damn Edomites. Those were Romans. Those were Edomites that ran through. That's how we ran into the West Coast and different parts of Africa, and ended up here in the Americas on them slave ships, man. So these people, man, got a lot to pay for. They're trying to hide their history, and it's just not working, man. Let's see on this one. Okay, it says the Jews revolted against the overlords, the Maccabean revolt, and their leader, Judas, invaded Idumea in 167, sacking Hebron. John Hyrcanus, same information, subdued the Idumeans and forcibly converted them to Judaism. That's the same thing that happened in the book of Esther as well. If you're familiar with the book of Esther, you know, and you have some Christians try and use that and say, see, the Lord, he loves everybody. Everybody can be a Jew. No, you can't just convert into being a damn Chinese person because you learn how to use some chopsticks, man. You wearing kung fu shoes, twirling damn nunchucks. That don't make you a Chinese person. You can convert to some of their ways. But DNA wise, no, it doesn't work that way. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, if you're not a part of them DNA wise, if you didn't come from the loins, which means their ball sack, then you are not an Israelite. And the scriptures don't have anything to do with you as far as salvation. But salvation is only for the elect of Israel. But I just wanted to just kind of touch on this because, again, I seen in my comment board somebody talking as if these people, they're Semitic people, though. I mean, Shemitic. Let me stop saying Semitic, because there's no such thing as Sem. Matter of fact, let me put that in the Bible. Let's see if Sem pops up. Okay, so it's in the New Testament, but that's in the Greek. And we know that in the Greek, a lot of names, like you see Noe, that's Noah, but it's spelled N-O-E. So in the Greek, yes, some things were changed up, but we know, of course, this man, he don't even believe in the New Testament. These people don't believe in the New Testament. But look, in the NLT right here, what does it say? Shem. S-H-E-M. It's not S-E-M. So now when you put in Shem, so Sem only shows up one time and it's in the New Testament. And of course we know that's because a lot of the names were, different in the Greek, as far as like them translating it over, and especially in its English. But when you put in Shem, let's see how many times Shem pops up, because that's his actual name. See? There you go. It occurs in 16 verses. His name is Shem. Genesis 5:32. And Noah was 500 years old. And Noah begot Shem, Ham, Japheth. And this is how the earth was repopulated. These three men, All the people that are on the planet, all the 18 nations on the planet comes from these 3 men. And if I'm not mistaken, Shem had 8 sons. So everybody that came from the loins of Shem, they are Shemitic. So these people that's over there, they're acting like they're the only Shemitic people in the world. But so-called black people are Shemitic. So-called Chinese people are Shemitic. Japanese are Shemitic. So on and so forth. So for them to say anti-Sem, and see again, his name is clearly Shem. So where the fuck they get this Sem from? Because they don't believe in the New Testament. They only believe supposedly in the 5, the Torah. His name is Shem in the Torah. So why did you change his name up to Sem? That's crafty counsel. That's witchcraft, right? So I just wanted to just touch on that for a hot sec, because you're going to see a lot more stories like this, because this is The Hill. This is a pretty reputable news station. I was just watching The Hill. I actually kind of like it, to a certain extent. They bring out some pretty decent information. I watch it on the Roku channel. On the Roku TV. But see, like I said again, and I'm pretty sure that it's more. Let me see. Sometimes they have similar stories. I'm not seeing anything else in here, but normally they would have similar stories, circulating around that particular story. But I'm not seeing anything else. But I'm certain you're going to start to see a lot more. And what's going to happen really is they're going to see that people are not with it. People not trying to hear that shit, man. And so they're going to force laws on people, because they already have laws in place where you can tell a truth about these people. If they don't like the truth that you're telling about them, it's considered to be anti, and that's wrong, man. That's crazy as hell. But anyway, this is also an indicator that the end is near, because the man of sin, the son of perdition, is being revealed right now, and these people are the top tribe of the Edomites that's being revealed. These people don't care nothing about the Bible, man. They don't even follow the Bible. They follow the Talmud. But anyway, with that, I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwame Inshallah, and a Bible ball.